Hello, and welcome to the Garth Spencer Show. If you like these videos, do subscribe. My name is Garth Spencer, and I have a confession to make. More often than not, I fail to understand the essential points that people are making, or I miss something that they're driving at, or the things they say, or write, or do seem completely uninterpretable to me. It's as though I hear each and every one of the words, but they don't add up. Now, this has been happening intermittently since, about the time that I learned language. I've been trying for many years to define what the problem is, and I think now I know what the label is for it. And now I'm 63, and the cost of this has been to break up some of my relationships with family, the loss of some jobs, the destruction of some intimate relationships. And that's normal. You see, there's a lot of cognitive, attentional, developmental issues that people take years or go through about 5 different physicians or diagnoses before they finally get it right. I guess this is par for the course. Now, I've obsessed about this long enough to exhaust the patience of a number of family and friends. Are you in a similar position? Can you think of anything that you need to change your mind about? Some basic assumptions that you just don't dig up and look hard at. Maybe you need to. I'm used to the fact that some people do not know how to look back at what they're saying or doing, dig up their assumptions and look hard at them. And it's the last thing they want to do. It's exasperating, it's tedious, and some people just don't have the capacity. But we are running on a lot of assumptions, have to most of the time, just to get through ordinary daily life. And it turns out our assumptions are liable to play us false. And that's classic. It's well known. This is not a mystery. And yet it's one of those very distasteful realities that we have to face again and again and again. The evening when I'm taping this video is an evening when the city of Vancouver has ground nearly to a halt. Why? Because of a snowstorm. Why should a snowstorm have this effect? Because, as usual, we were underprepared. Now, we could say whatever we want about climate change and the extremes of changing climate patterns and the budgeting and planning considerations. But I think it was a matter of somebody who's in charge of city planning very normally, naturally, and almost inevitably made some false assumptions. As a result of which, a lot of people are shivering cold and homeless outside of shelters. A lot of people are stranded where they're waiting for buses to get them to work. I couldn't get there to work myself, and it was just for a part-time gig. And this is the sort of thing that has economic impact. Up until now, it's just a running joke that Vancouver grinds to a halt when there's merely a foot of wet snow that you know is going to dissolve within a week. And everybody in the rest of Canada points and laughs at us. which is fair enough. I mean, when everybody in the rest of Canada gets tons of snow and sub-zero temperatures and howling winds, we point and laugh at them because we're in the banana belt. How rarely on the coast do we grind to a halt? Well, every 6 to 8 years. And guess what? That will be a year or two after we sell our snowplows. Well, the pattern has changed, and here we are, stuck in the snow. Ferries have stopped, which means that Vancouver Island, one of the largest economic areas within British Columbia, is pretty much cut off except from air traffic. And I don't think that air traffic is unaffected by this snowstorm either. So, what do we learn from this? Unpreparedness, false assumptions, economic impact. That is, losses. Now I know that somebody is probably going to profit from sales of salt and snow plows, and that's fine in the short term, but in the long term, do we know what we're in for? I don't assume that we do. In fact, I think we have to start changing our assumptions. This has been the Garth Spencer Show, and I hope that you look forward to subscribing. Thank you. Bye.